Hello everyone, this is a psychic prediction video for May. It is currently April 30th and tomorrow should be May, so I am just doing this just in time. So let's go ahead and get to what came to me in meditation. The first thing that came to me was the US leader, who I cannot mention by name, as explained in my previous video. This US leader is happy about some explosions going off that seems related to some of the battles going around in the world right now that you may be hearing about in the news. This is a win for the US. There's something positive that I'm seeing for the leader of the U.S. There does, however, seem to be an increase in violence around the world geopolitically during the month of May coming up here. I do see many explosions here. This is in the favor of the U.S. leader, and I see him very pleased with winning the battle for now, but this does not last long term. I was seeing many US ships going into the ocean, but not really engaging in battle, more so just positioning themselves. This was a last resort, however, to try to win some of these battles, and it does seem to work temporarily. So I do see there being a positive feeling coming from the leader of the US, temporarily at least. But then I also saw him walking away, as if walking away from the spotlight and walking away from the news and the public eye, because of the only temporary gains from this. So I was also seeing the vice leader of the US also being very happy as well, along with him. Now, tuning into the leader of a opposing country that starts with an R, I see him laughing off the situation, as if it's not that great, but he's kind of laughing it off, like it doesn't really faze him too much. He's not too concerned, is what I was getting. But next month, that would be June, I do see him having a little bit more difficulty. And in my previous prediction from the month before, I had said that I see that country starting to do better around September. The country that opposes the US, that is. Of course, I can't advertise my work through Google if I say these words, because apparently Google is not political. So, and I have an active warning against my channel, so I have to be very careful with what I'm saying. So please forgive me for the code words. Anyways, most of the US population doesn't seem interested in politics for the coming month here, is what I'm getting. People are busy tying their loose ends, and this seems to be a very big theme, very powerful energy here. I think you can relate this to the eclipse that happened, well, it's currently April, so it happened this month of April, and that having a big effect on people tying up loose ends, this continuing into May coming up here. There's a lot to fix up on an individual basis. This is in preparation for June, though, because June, when I tuned into, like, where is this heading, tying up loose ends, I saw it heading into the next month. this just amazing golden healing energy washing over the earth, just like the sunlight, just bathing in the sunlight, and this just being very healing. And yes, that is very synchronistic with the weather, but this is more on an energetic level. It can be, synchronistic and being encouraged from the sun, literally, but energetically as well. So it's as if people are bathing in the sunlight, melting away just all of the BS from life for a very long time that has been piling up within people, within the auric field, these energies that aren't really serving you. So it's allowing people to really resonate more with what they really want in their life. And that is a big theme we are heading more and more and more towards as time progresses, as the frequency of the earth is shifting into a higher vibration. You can expect to experience more and more of that. So first, what's going on for May, before we get to June with this amazing just healing energy, before we get there and where people start really being in the life that they envision for themselves more. First, we have to get through the nitty-gritty aspects of our lives, and that's what's coming up for us next month in May, dealing with the nitty-gritty details. But it's not necessarily a painful situation. It's more just like getting your shit together. So, not to sound crazy, but this frequency that is coming in later on in June, this healing energy is coming from the rest of the universe and also being sent through star beings to bring the energy of the cosmos into a more harmonious existence. And part of what's necessary for that to happen is for Earth to become more harmonious within that whole network, because Earth is a little bit less harmonious, well, maybe a lot less harmonious than a lot of the surrounding planets, and this is for star beings that exist in other areas. So, if you lived in an area and there was a bad part of town, that bad part of town can still seep into other areas of town and make it more difficult. So cleaning up the bad areas of town is kind of the agenda here, you could say. This is happening on many levels with the assistance of other beings, but also because of more, you could call it astrological, or you could just call it the universe growing, and also humans reaching this point where humans have had an experience of hardship, which is necessary for growth. But once you've had enough hardship and you've kind of learned the lesson, so to speak, then having more of that hardship isn't really beneficial at a certain point. And so we're reaching that point in time. And so that's the main reason why the Earth frequency is shifting, and other beings are noticing that we're ready, and so they're assisting us with that transition. So this is going into a higher vibration, I should say, as well. So you may feel a sense of outgrowing the world around you coming up here in May. You may already actually feel it a little bit now, but it's especially going to be more highlighted in May. So this process has kind of been going on for a couple of years, so you could be feeling that for the past couple of years as well, but expect to feel it more coming up here. And this feeling like you've kind of outgrown society or outgrown the world around you, I'm getting that this could last another 2 years or so before things really kind of catch up and society catches up and things really start to evolve, as I've spoken about many times before in the past. But I'm not going to get into that right now because I have other things to get to, like Bitcoin and other things to talk about. So, if you've made it this far, give this video a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. I've taken the liberty to actually take away ads off of my video, so if there are ads on this video, it was not my doing. As far as I am in control, there are no ads on this video. So again, any help I appreciate. Give it a thumbs up for the no ads. Okay, moving on to Bitcoin. What I see for Bitcoin is going down for May. This looks disappointing for many, but also a great buying opportunity. And in the coming months, if you buy it now, well, not so much now, but sorry, I should say, if you buy it in the next couple coming months or so, then you hold it for a long term, and I'm expecting it to do very well from that point. Maybe within the next couple months it will be at a good buying point starting the end of May or so. However, the stock market doesn't look too bad. So, sometimes Bitcoin and the stock market tend to do the same thing, but it looks like Bitcoin's going down a little more than the stock market overall. So when I was tuning into the month and just kind of what's going on energetically, what I got was a breaking down, and it was as if the matrix of reality is breaking this month and, well, next month coming up here, and truth is coming out. I've been saying this for a long time. That's been a long process we've been going through since around basically since I started making these videos 3 or 4 years ago or so. But the matrix is breaking this month is the message that I was getting. Things are falling away. People don't really care about things that are impractical, like kind of illusions of society or illusions of glamorous things that are not practical. People just aren't really too interested in that so much in the month of May coming up here. I was also getting businesses are closing up due to a lack of, well, sustainability and being able to be profitable. So there may be a lot of businesses that you see shutting down this month coming up here. So there's a big shift taking place to leave behind what is no longer relevant and no longer serving you. Soon following this month, so that would be couple months away or so, I'm seeing a shift where there's much more financial disaster, as I've been predicting for the year of 2024. I've been saying that for about 3 years or so. I've been saying 2024 is going to be financial difficulties. And it seems like now people are starting to agree with me on the news and whatnot, and other remote viewers and things like that. But soon following this month, give it a couple months or so, around August or September, that was around the time frame that I was getting, that this seems to become more difficult financially for the economy. There will be a sense of euphoria and invincibility, though, leading up to that. where people feel like the economy is invincible, and you know, when you start to feel like that, that's usually a sign that it's not, or not always, but it can be. When you get too confident, that can be a sign that you're about to make a big mistake. That's kind of the situation here. That'll happen right before people start to feel the more negative effects. Now, there's a lot of alarmism out there. I don't get that this will be the end of the world or anything too drastic. It's only going to be a minor setback for most people. Now, it could be a big deal for the banks or some major corporations, things like that. But for most people, it's not going to be a huge deal. Maybe a minor irritation for some people. And maybe it'll be kind of rough for others too as well, of course. It's going to be a mixed bag, is what I'm trying to say here. So the old system is falling, basically, to sum it up. What may look like a disaster on the outside, though, can be a major growth with the internal shifting energies of humanity. So this may look bad, but it is leading to a much more prosperous future for humanity in the long term. Now, there are battles ahead, but it's not that bad. You shouldn't be afraid. It looks glorious for humanity in the end. That's what I was picking up on in my meditation. So, at this point, I wanted to ask, what is May good for? May is particularly good for being patient and working things through with patience in particular. Also a great month for cutting out excessive expenses. So cutting out the things from your life that are just unnecessary financially, but you could say in general as well. Also a great month for minimalism, so reducing things. And coaching others. And that one is kind of random, but for some reason that one showed up for me for this month coming up. It's a good month for coaching others. So what is the month bad for? Laughing at others. I guess that's kind of the opposite of coaching others, so that makes sense. Laughing at others. Being swayed by opinion, by other people's opinion, that is. Anything that is not based in facts or practical measurements is not good for this coming up month. In general, that is. There are always exceptions. Working with others in a way that minimizes your needs is also not good. So sometimes it's good to put the team ahead of yourself. Some months that's kind of more vibing with the energy as a more positive thing to do. This month, not so much. You want to be making sure that your personal needs are being met within the group dynamic that you are in. Anything that sounds too fantastic, also something to avoid. I believe last month I said, or for the month of April, I was saying flying too close to the sun could be bad. This is similar, but a little bit different. This is just things that sound fantastic. Take it with a grain of salt at least, and question that, I suppose. The advice for the month was stick to what is firm and grounded in practical matters. Avoid illusions. Learn to become comfortable with what you used to call meticulous. So the things that you feel may be meticulous, you are learning to become more comfortable in that state, dealing with those things. And that is encouraged in this month coming up here. And it is beneficial with the energies and the state of existence at that time period. Now, I've recently made some videos and I posted it for free actually. You can watch my video on my Patreon page. It's public. You don't even have to sign up for a trial, which is free by the way. You don't even have to sign up for that. It's just there. I did a video on MDMA and the spiritual effects of that and comparing it to psychedelic mushrooms and acid, how that affects your energy field. And I just find that very interesting, and I just felt like sharing it with people. So I will have a link to that below this video so you can click on that and watch it for free. It's on my Patreon page, and it will take you directly there. No sign up necessary whatsoever. But if you do want to sign up, there is a free 7-day trial that you can see all the stuff that I've posted throughout the years, and I have hundreds of things posted from blind readings. I do 3 blind readings a week where I do a reading on a person. I don't even know their name. It's just a 6-digit code number that I pull randomly, and I have another paper where I have the numbers listed with who it is, and then I cross-reference that to find out who it is that I actually did the reading on after I do the reading. That way it's a blind reading and I don't know who I'm reading. I also do Bitcoin predictions and many, 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 many crypto coin predictions. So many coins out there. I get so many requests. It's hard to keep up with, but I'm constantly pumping them out. So also I do world events, and I post things that are just too controversial to talk about here for many different reasons. Well, partly because, people may get offended, but also because of the censorship and my channel being under tight scrutiny right now. In fact, I'm not even allowed to add video chapters to my videos because of the warnings against my channel. So at some point, I look forward to be able to have video chapters. You can actually see the sections of the video at the very bottom of the screen, the different areas where I talk about different subjects. But for now, I'm being punished. I'm not allowed to do that for now. So, sometimes in the future I'll be able to do that. But for now, I'm going to stay uncontroversial, and all my controversial stuff is on my Patreon page. Also, a link to that below this video. You can sign up for free, 7-day trial. It's as low as $5 a month to get in there, and then there's higher tiers if you want to get like all the crypto predictions and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, you can always subscribe for monthly predictions every month before the month happens, and whatever else I happen to post on this channel. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.